everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. I wanted to do a reading for those of you who are in separation from your divine masculine. So the majority of my audience is divine feminine, and so I wanted to really dedicate this one to those of you who are not with your masculine at this point in time. So these are the decks that I'll be focusing on: the Divine Masculine Energy Oracle Cards deck by Flames of Alchemy. And then these three are my self-created ones: the Dark Mysteries Oracle, the Real Talk with Him deck, and then the Mystical Fairies Romance Oracle. So for all intents and purposes of this particular reading, Divine Masculine will be focused on a male energy, but of course it is energy, so it can be male or female. But for this particular reading, I'm taking it more so from a male perspective. If that's not your story, then of course you can custom tailor it how it makes sense gender-wise. All right, guys, so let's get into it. Let's take a look and see what it is that needs to come through from the Divine Masculine for the feminines. All right, general advice as always. So please do keep that in mind throughout the reading and always take from it what makes sense for you and your situation and release what doesn't. Angels and spirit guides, please focusing on the Divine Masculine, those who are in separation. So I first wanted to take a look at what's the Divine Masculine's current energy. What's the current vibe when it comes to the masculine? Let's see. What do we need to know here? We have secrets, okay? So that could have been part of the issue, Divine Feminine. If your masculine was either hiding things from you, keeping things from you. Okay, let's see. What else, please? Ooh, we have sad. So this could be an indication that the separation has affected them more than they have let on. You know, they're possibly thinking about you. They're keeping that to themselves. But look at this next card. We have explode. So it's almost like, you know, your masculine is holding on to all of these deep-rooted emotions and feelings, but they're not talking about it. They're not sharing it with anyone. They're not even putting it out there for anybody to know about. But it's just a matter of time before it comes out in some way, shape, or form. Look at this. If you feel that your connection with your masculine is on a twin flame type journey, then maybe that's why that's presenting itself. And then we have fantasize. I'm kind of getting this energy for the masculine that part of their fantasy is to speak with you, to be able to interact with you in the 3D, to have a conversation. And it's one of those things where all these feelings, as we can see, it's just going to build up to this huge eruption of emotions or feelings for this masculine to get it out in some way, shape, or form. But I have a feeling if they don't do that, it's going to reveal itself in a very toxic or unhealthy way with other people that might be in their life, whether they've already moved on to another relationship or whatever the case might be. We could have a masculine who's single and thinking about you and missing you, Divine Feminine. But part of their fantasies too might be very sexual in nature, you know, thinking of those intimate moments that you guys have shared together, not being with you in the physical sense, but fantasizing about that. So let's grab some tarot here. That's the current energy, the current vibe for the masculine. I'll be pulling from my Illuminated Star 2 Volume 2 deck. All right. Oh, this makes sense. 8 of Swords. Divine Feminine, here you are coming in as the Empress. So this masculine, we clearly see they're very much in their head. They've got so much that they want to say, but they're unable to say it. They feel helpless. They think about you. And they might actually be thinking about you more than they realize. It's a very deep connection here. Now, some of you could have been married. Some of you could have already had a child or children or a family dynamic going on here. The Empress can certainly represent that. This twin flame photo here could be indicative of twin flames who were together in this way, marriage-minded, or certainly coupled up, living together. You might have shared a home together. And they're sad. You know, they are coming through with this very sad energy that the two of you are in separation. But, you know, this secret, it's one of those things where it reminds me of the energy of the Ten of Wands, where it's such an incredibly heavy burden for them to carry this secret, their feelings in their heart space, and not really wanting to talk to anyone about it, or unable to. Six of Pentacles, equality, generosity, give and take. That could have been lacking in the partnership, or they realized that they could have stepped it up in that area. Oh, wow. Look at these cards, guys. We've got the Tower that is followed by the Death card. Some of you could be Taurus. Some of you could be Scorpio. Oh my goodness. So this Tower moment is what separated the two of you. This was a pretty chaotic, disastrous type energy in your relationship. And it separated the two of you. You have the Death card right next to this Tower. So both of these cards could be very challenging in a sense, but the Death card might actually be a saving grace as well. Meaning that even though the universe might have created a separation for the two of you to go your separate ways, I feel that that is a time out, a breakup, a separation that needed to happen in order to regroup, in order to kind of recalibrate the energy for this relationship, because there was something that was weighing it down. There was something about it that just wasn't working here. And so this gave you guys a break, in a sense, to do what was necessary for your own healing, perhaps. Because something needed to switch up, something needed to change in order for this twin flame connection, or your connection doesn't have to be twin flame, for two people to be able to figure out, okay, wait a minute, let me figure out what I want, and the other person can figure that out for themselves as well. And if it really is meant to be, then hopefully life will be able to find a way to bring you guys back together. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Lovers card here. So these were choices that you both had. You both have your own free will to decide what it is that you want in your own life, as well as what it is that you want in the relationship. And since we're focusing on the Divine Masculine, this could be an indication that they made a choice that they now regret. They made a choice that has caused them to be in this very melancholy type vibe, fantasizing, wishing, hoping that they could still be with you, Divine Feminine. Maybe they're trying to put up a particular persona to make them look like they're put together, like everything's fine. That's where the secret could be with this masculine. You know, not really wanting the world to know that they're struggling when it comes to the connection and the fact that they're not with you. Okay, so that's the current energy for this masculine. Let's go ahead and continue to take a look at the various questions that I've put together for this reading. So I now want to take a look at what the masculine needs to get off his chest. All right, so I'll go ahead and focus on my Dark Mysteries Oracle deck here. There's a lot of verbiage here in this deck. So let's see what needs to come through. Angels and spirit guides, please. What is the Divine Masculine's thoughts? What do they need to get off their chest? What does he need to say through these cards? What does the masculine need to get off his chest? I'm guided to 5. I'm seeing 5, so I'm going to pull 5 cards from here. All right, that's 1. I've lost all hope that we'll ever be able to work it out. Okay. Let's grab 4 more. So they're definitely struggling in their mind space. Forget about me, I'm no good for you. Wow, okay. And that could certainly be the case. Maybe you're listening to this, Divine Feminine, and agreeing with that. It's like, you're right. You're not good for me. But you could also still have love in your heart for your masculine. It might also have had something to do with the last conversation that the two of you might have had. I'm just feeling that for some of you guys, that it was finite. You know, maybe you told your masculine, you know what, we're done. We can't get back together, or this is a finite type situation where we can't go back to what we had. I'm feeling for some of you, it might have had something to do with a third party situation, but that's not everybody's story. Whatever the challenge was that brought you guys into separation, we have a masculine here who's really struggling in their heart and their mind, emotionally, spiritually. It's a struggle. All right, let's grab 3 more here. Learn the lesson behind the experience, they say. The only thing I've learned is I can't live without you. That is a powerful realization on behalf of this masculine. Maybe it took them a long time to learn the lesson. And now they realize they want to be with you. They can't live without you. This is the next card. Please forgive me. So for some of our masculines, they realize that they really ruined things and wishing perhaps that they could go back in time to undo the damage, but can't do that. I want you back. That's a pretty self-explanatory message right there. Wanting to be back in your life, which we've already picked up off of that energy. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see what else we can find out. What do they need to get off their chest? Well, this is a lot. I'll be clarifying with my Tanielu Tarot here. Angels and spirit guides, please. Now that we know what the masculine needs to get off his chest, what else do we need to find out? Look at this, wounded, 9 of Wands. I feel for some of my masculines that could be watching this, perhaps there's a part of you that realizes that, yes, you made some poor choices, you made some wrong decisions, you ended up hurting the feminine, but you also ended up hurting yourself. And if you are feminine tuning in, that's a part of what I'm picking up on behalf of your masculine. This is a heart that clearly was broken, but it's healing. In time, it will heal. You know, right next to this message, I've lost all hope that we'll ever be able to work it out. But the thing is, they want to work it out. So it's almost like the masculine is battling with himself to be able to navigate his way through this separation. 6 of Cups. They're stuck on the memories. They still think about you, Divine Feminine. And if they really could move mountains, they would. You know, they clearly are telling you through these cards, I want you back. And maybe that's a hard realization for this person, this masculine that you're thinking about. Some of you might have known each other a very long time. We do have childhood sweethearts here. Maybe you grew up together, or maybe you guys were neighbors and ended up meeting that way. Maybe you met in school, whatever the case might be. But there's longevity here, or at least there's a long history of knowing each other here. And so this statement right here, forget about me, is almost impossible. This made a big enough impact on you, Divine Feminine, that I feel you won't ever forget this masculine, which is probably why you're watching this reading. But the masculine won't ever forget you either. This is a desire to reconnect with someone from the past. So we're focused on separations here. We've got the Hangman. You could be dealing with Pisces. You could be Pisces. So surrender. You know, it's like throwing it out there, just putting it out into the universe and let the chips fall where they may. The only thing that this masculine has learned is that they cannot live without you, Divine Feminine. But again, the separation could prove to be a blessing in disguise. It's time apart that needed to happen in order for this masculine to learn the lesson behind it, however painful it might have been. So if you had to let go, Divine Feminine, your masculine, perhaps at this point, they now understand why that needed to happen. Seven of Cups, having too many options, and the Lover's card can sometimes indicate a third-party situation. You know, please forgive me for making the wrong choices, for making poor decisions here, not choosing wisely. And that cycle definitely completed. You know, it's like coming to the end of a story and realizing how that story could have ended differently. If there is a new cycle to come in, Divine Feminine, I'm ultimately feeling that this masculine would take advantage of it, because they still desire you, they still want you, they're thinking about you, and they're still carrying the burden of the pain over why you're not in their life. I really like how the Four of Swords is coming through here, because this heart right here from the Nine of Wands, it definitely needs time to heal. And by doing so, for both of you perhaps, there could ultimately be an opportunity that might present itself here where the two of you can have either closure or the opportunity to work it out and bring it back together. And that's where the Magician comes in. Whatever it is that you are wanting to manifest in your life, you have the capability to do so. That applies to the masculine as well. If what they're wanting is to have you back, Divine Feminine, they are going to be, or need to be, proactive in order to make that happen. So they need to evaluate their past behaviors and not repeat those patterns. And I love how the Ace of Swords is coming in, because here is the clarity. They needed this one. The masculine needed this to come through, and it's to be able to help eliminate or cut scenarios, behaviors, situations, negative energy. If there were third parties, that needs to be cut out in order for them to come towards you, Divine Feminine, as the best version of themselves without any past baggage. Look at that Six of Pentacles. They recognize that that's what needs to happen. Okay, so that came through already, right? They know that if they can't meet you in the middle, it's not going to work. They recognize that they're going to have to put in as much work and effort towards the relationship as you, Divine Feminine. Otherwise, it's not going to work. You know, when someone's got one foot out the door, someone's focused on a third party, that's not equality. A relationship should be focused on two people, equal give and take. Not one person doing more than the other. And it makes total sense that we've got the Ten of Wands right here. Look at that. As I mentioned earlier, those heavy burdens that this masculine continues to hold on to. It's been difficult. It has been difficult for them. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Fool. So they clearly want to start fresh. They want to start again, Divine Feminine. And you, of course, have perhaps the final say as to whether or not that can happen. But we can clearly see that they want you back. Yep. Part of the burden, too, is that maybe you haven't forgiven your masculine. Maybe there's still a part of you that's still really upset with them over what happened, whatever that might be. So that as well is contributing to how they're struggling through this. All right, so let's go ahead and ask our next question here. So I wanted to know, what is the masculine's biggest regret about the separation, about not having you in his life, Divine Feminine? So let's find out. I'll be pulling from my Real Talk with Him deck. Divine Masculine, what is your biggest regret about the separation? Let's see. What is your biggest regret, Divine Masculine? I pushed you away because I knew you deserved better. Oh my gosh. If that's what happened, Divine Feminine, this took a whole lot of energy, I feel, from the masculine to be able to bring it forward in this reading. Maybe they just couldn't admit it to themselves before, but it's coming through here. Their biggest regret is that they pushed you away to begin with. Wow. I'm guided to pull 2 more cards here. The masculine's biggest regret about the separation. Give me 2 more cards, please. Losing you hurt me more than I'll ever let anyone know. Shut up. This reading is on point. Remember that secrets card? Hell yeah, they don't want anyone to know how much they're hurting. But they are. They don't want anybody to know how painful it has been to not have you in their life. Oh my gosh. Give me 1 more card, please. What is the masculine's biggest regret about the separation, not being with the Divine Feminine? Give me 1 more card, please. That's too many, too many, too many. Give me 1 more card, please. All right, here we are. It's a lot of words on this card. I'm afraid of losing what I have in my heart for you, for us. It's been a long time, but every now and then, a memory of our time together brings a smile to my heart, letting me know that you will forever be a part of me. And that could certainly be the case, that no matter where life takes things for the 2 of you, you will always be a part of this masculine's heart, Divine Feminine. You know, it's almost like they don't want to lose what they've got in their heart space or in their memories. They don't want to lose that, but it's all they've got. That could be all they have. That is their biggest regret. Losing you, pushing you away. They're afraid to lose the memories. They're afraid to lose what's in their heart. Oh, wow. Let's clarify with my Yummy Tarot here. Angels and spirit guides, please, continuing to tap into the energy of the Divine Masculine. His biggest regret about the separation. We've got the Sun. The masculine's biggest regret, Divine Feminine, is that perhaps they thought the grass was greener on the other side, but time proved them wrong. And you guys had a lot of happy times together, perhaps, and they missed that. They threw it away. What did they throw it away for? This, possibly. 7 of Swords. deceit, lies, secrets, these darn secrets. So if there was infidelity in the relationship, it's clearly indicated here, but I don't think that's everybody's story. They just weren't truthful either with themselves or in the partnership. And they regret that big time. Boy, do they regret that. Divine Feminine, I really do feel your masculine misses you so much. Look at these cards. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and now we've got the Six of Pentacles for the third time in this reading. They know that they did not come forward giving you everything that they had to give, Divine Feminine, and they regret this so much. Here's the clarity from the Ace of Swords, which we've already seen. Queen of Pentacles, generous, nurturing, very maternal, down to earth energy from the Queen of Pentacles. You gave your all as well, Divine Feminine. Maybe you gave too much and they didn't reciprocate. So it could have been you, Divine Feminine, that cut your masculine out because they just weren't putting in the effort that was necessary in the relationship. But what we can see from this masculine is that they certainly would love the opportunity to make it up to you and to try again. Yep. Look at this. We've got the Magician. This is a huge part of what they're focusing on, truly, to bring you back into their life somehow. They don't want to just think about it. They don't want to just fantasize about this anymore. They want this to be a reality, to be with you, to be able to see you for real. We've got Gemini and Virgo coming through here. It's pretty intense, honestly. We have Taurus coming through as well. Leo with the sun. Look at this, Seven of Cups again. You know, they know that they didn't choose wisely. It contributed to some of the drama that happened for some of you. And some of that drama had to do with the Seven of Swords. Could have been cheating, third parties, dishonesty, manipulation, whatever the case might have been. And maybe, Divine Feminine, you just feel like your masculine really betrayed your trust. Temperance, Sagittarius. This masculine has to realize that if they are to do something about this, and that doesn't guarantee that they're going to succeed as far as manifesting a reunion or a reconciliation here, Divine Feminine, especially if you're not open to that. But if you are, it's still going to take time. And this masculine needs to realize that they're going to have to tread ever so lightly to even try to make this happen. They need to come up with a solid plan in order to make this a successful attempt at winning you back, Divine Feminine. Here we are again with the World. Okay, so I feel at the end of the day, for some of you anyway, that there is the chance to work this out. But both people have to be on board. Both of you have to be ready and willing to do the work that's necessary. First of all, to fix the issues, to talk about it, to address it, but not hold on to it to where it's just going to continue to create drama in the relationship, should you guys try to make it work again. But I do feel that there is a new chapter for some of you, another opportunity to get this right. And yes, we have a Divine Masculine here who realizes that they've lost you. But I also am feeling this vibe that they're willing to do something about this, to do something about the separation so that they can at least attempt to try to bring you back into their life. And for some of you, it's a possibility. Look at this. We've got the Four of Wands. twin flame reference that came through already. So for some of you guys tuning in, this has something to do with a twin flame journey that can come back together. And maybe the divine masculine had to learn particular lessons before union can happen, which could explain why it's going to take some more time. But overall, this is a very happy energy with the Four of Wands. It can represent reconciliations. It can represent events, gatherings that are meant to celebrate. It could be future marriages. It could be the reunion itself is something to celebrate. Could have something to do with family as well. Love it. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you guys, yes, there is the possibility that things can work out. We are focusing on the masculine's biggest regret, and they realize that they shouldn't have pushed you away. So they're going to take that pain and focus on healing that pain to be able to hopefully come towards you as a better partner, Divine Feminine. The Wheel of Fortune can certainly help bring it back around. It's a turning point in the relationship. So are reconciliations possible for some? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look now at the masculine's ultimate dream or wish when it comes to the connection. I'll be pulling from my Mystical Fairies Romance Oracle. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective, focusing on the divine masculine. For those who are in separation, the masculine's ultimate dream or wish when it comes to the connection. Proposal, okay? So they're focused on long-term commitment here, Divine Feminine. Whether that's a literal proposal of marriage or the fact that they are ready to commit 100% to the partnership. That could have certainly been lacking before if there were infidelities or trust issues, third parties. Yep. Look at that, Divine Feminine. So this is clarification that you are your masculine's ultimate dream or wish. Look at the next card. We literally have a card that says dreams, fantasies, delusions, visions, mirage. You are their ultimate dream. Look at that. We have the end. So they're wishing that things didn't have to go in the direction that it did. Wishing that they could have avoided the breakup and the separation, that you guys didn't have to end things to begin with. That's their biggest dream or wish, I feel. And lastly, we have communication. They want to reach out, Divine Feminine. They're really hoping to be able to touch base with you to communicate, whether that's through a phone call, a text, on social media, telepathic communication, 5D, however way that communication gets to you, they're focused on this. They can't stop thinking about getting that conversation started. So let's clarify. Yep, you are their ultimate wish. Like a dream come true, Divine Feminine. I love this. We've got the Sun again. That's what they're dreaming about, truly, to find fulfillment and contentment and happiness in their life once again with you, Divine Feminine. Look at this, 10 of Pentacles. They definitely want to switch this energy of the 10 of Swords around. So part of their dream, part of their fantasy is to be able to heal this energy when they lost you. The Ten of Pentacles could be an indication of the two of you being able to share a home together, be more financially sound. Could be a power couple. There's a strong bond here, and perhaps you're drawn to this reading because you feel it as well. Divine Feminine, you continue to come in with the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. So the tables might turn here. You know, maybe at one point in time, Divine Feminine, you are carrying the weight of the partnership, especially for those of you who either were married or lived together or had families together. You really carried the weight of the partnership. That could have contributed to why things ended. But what they want to focus on at this point is to be able to meet you halfway, where you can both do what is necessary to ensure that the relationship thrives and grows. And that takes two people. And that's what's going to restore balance back into the partnership. Yep. Give me another card, please. Angels and Spirit Guides, focusing on the masculine's ultimate dream or wish when it comes to the connection. Look at this, guys. We've got the Page of Cups. Part of the interpretation of the Page of Cups is that they're a dreamer. Okay? That is what they focus on. They're doing a whole lot of dreaming, and they want to be able to manifest it in the 3D. What is it that the masculine is dreaming about? Look at this. We've got the Ten of Cups and the Empress. Living life with you, experiencing all of those amazing things that you would want to experience with your life partner. Marriage, commitment, happy times together, family time, starting a family. That is what they're wishing for. Look at this next card. We've got the Two of Cups. Now, whether it's a twin flame connection or a soulmate, they're both represented here. They see you as their life partner. They also recognize that they messed up. So they have a lot of work to do here to be able to prove to you, Divine Feminine, that they deserve to be in your life. But I have a feeling from the Divine Masculine standpoint, they're willing to do whatever is necessary to let you know that they're ready. I love this. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So what is this about? Teamwork and hard work. Exactly right. Not only are you guys going to be able to meet each other in the middle, you know, 50-50, equality, equal give and take, but this is also clarification that you're both not afraid to put in the work together. And that's the key word right there, togetherness. To address the issues together, to have that conversation in the 3D together, and to work on the obstacles and challenges together. As long as you guys are able to do that, this partnership, for some of you anyway, it has a really good chance at coming back together. That is ultimately what needs to happen here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close this out with some healing messages for the collective. All right, here we go. Angels and Spirit Guides, please. For those who are in separation, please bring forward some healing messages. We have harmony. I love that. Okay, harmony restored. We've seen the Tower. That could be very chaotic, a very destructive energy. What's going to help this partnership to heal is to let things go that no longer serve a purpose. Surrender and release. Put it out there. Throw it out into the universe to get the assistance that is necessary for healing to happen. support. Support can come from many avenues, including family, friends, the universe, your angel guides, your spirit team. You're actually surrounded by that at this point in time, at the time that you're watching this reading, or at the time that you realize that you might not have the support that you were hoping for. There will be people, or certainly assistance from the universe, to be able to help you through. And look at the next card. It definitely has something to do with your connection with your masculine, to be able to restore or bring the romance back. I feel this is a very positive progression when it comes to your connection with the divine masculine. Certain things need to fall away. Certainly any third-party elements, infidelity, trust issues, certainly the pain, the heavy burdens, all of that needs to be addressed and let go of. It's no longer serving a purpose, as I've mentioned, and that's what's going to bring peace back into the partnership. All right, guys, so I hope there's something in this reading when it comes to your masculine that helps you better understand where your masculine is coming from and what it is that he's dealing with at this point in time. And maybe you're able to relate to some of that for yourself and what you're currently going through. So I hope that it helped. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, I'd love to be able to do that for you. That information is down below in the description box. I'll include the link to the decks that you see here today. Thank you guys so very much. I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.